Batman Cape Crusaders finally aired on Amazon Prime, and after almost 3 years of production, starting off at Max, it finally was released on Amazon. And the biggest thing is, why did Max and James Gunn pass this show up? This show definitely has some issues, but this show is a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and just starting off, I got it props off to Batman. The voice actor did an amazing job. It's definitely some tough shoes to fill coming after Kevin Conroy, Jason O'Mara. He did a solid job. He was really well done. But to me, probably the best part about this show was the other characters and the villains. This is a very character driven show, and the villains are what drive it. In almost every single episode, you get a new arc, a new villain, and they go through them pretty well. You get to see some classics that you are very familiar with, and you get to see a lot that are probably a bit more obscure that you're probably not going to recognize right off the bat. And I really liked that. They had a really diverse cast of characters, and I can't believe we got Onomatopoeia as a season one villain. That is mind blowing to me that he actually made it on screen, but I think it's well done. There is a lot of fresh takes on characters, some of them much better than others. Namely, Harley Quinn, I thought was a very fresh take, and I greatly enjoyed it. Whereas others, such as like the Penguin, I still think was good, not amazing, but it was still good. But frankly, I had a lot of fun. This is a lot better than pretty much anything in the DCEU and anything DC's done recently.
From the moment this was announced and the way that Bruce Timm pitched it, I was interested in it. I didn't know if it was going to be a period piece just off of what he was saying. He didn't essentially say so. I think much later on it was confirmed. I I would like for it to have been present day. I would have much preferred that, but I understand why it's a period piece. It fits what
I
Batman
actually
originally.
disagree. I liked it as a period piece. I
No, I mean
like
I
low-tech
I like
Batman.
it. I don't hate it. It's just I would have definitely have preferred for it to have
That's
been
fair.
a present day. Wayne Manor looks very much the way it did in Batman the Animated Series. Of course, it's Batman the Animated Series as creator alongside with Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams, although I think J.J. is really just there in name.
There for money.
Yeah. I will never understand why Discovery or Max, whatever the hell they're calling themselves these days, passed up on this. That was an idiotic move at best. This was a fun show. I'll start off with what I didn't like. I'm not a big fan of sex changes or changing characters just for the hell of it. I did like what they did with Penguin, but I wasn't a huge fan. Perhaps it'll win me over later on. And I didn't, and I understand that it's from the comics, the original comics and stuff like that, but I wasn't a fan of Catwoman's look.
Yeah.
And hear me out. So she's a cat burglar and she's like very athletic. And the fact that she's walking around in the slit dress with stilettos makes little to less goddamn sense. It was dumb as hell. And spoiler alert, Catmobile,
That mobile's stupid as fuck.
that was just the dumbest fucking thing. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I do love the Batmobile, by the way. Even though
That
it's a
mobile's
period
solid.
piece, the Batmobile is awesome.
Yeah.
It looks, there's no like flaming bats on it or bat
No
emblems stuck all
neon.
over the, yeah, there's no neon, but it's black and it's a big dark car and you could tell okay, it's a Batmobile. I do
Yeah.
like that. Also, I'm not a fan of Alfred's look. It's just a chubby,
I'm not
bald old dude.
in general, I'm not a huge fan of Alfred. He's, I think, probably my one of my biggest issues about the show. But
I
given
just
we
don't
have
like his
not
look.
had, yeah, we've not had a bad Alfred. I still don't think we've had a bad Alfred to date.
No, I don't think so.
I do think this may be my least favorite just because I really do enjoy the sassy butler Alfred. And here he started to get into it a little bit towards the end, but he felt a bit more flat with in comparison to other Alfreds. But again, we've had some fantastic Alfreds. He was just a bit lackluster,
I
but
do like Bruce Wayne's civilian look,
yeah,
but
it looks
much
very much
more
like the
than
animated series.
well, in the animated series, for some reason, up until Batman and Robin: The New Adventures, for whatever fucking reason, he was just given that ugly ass brown and orangey suit, and I hated that. I hated that about the animated series. And here, he just looks like a billionaire playboy, which I thought was awesome. I thought the duality of it.
Yeah.
And I've said this about a lot of the Batman movies, but we've heard noir detective driven a lot. Matt Reeves did deliver on that, but
Hmm.
this was also said to come up with that. And I just was like, and it did.
It
You
did
did see
well.
Batman doing detective noir shit, and I love that, man. I love it much more than Batman just punching his way through crap because it
Yeah.
shows that he's got a brain up there, and I love seeing Batman doing detective work. He's the world's greatest detective. So when we get to see him do detective shit, it's always good.
Hmm.
Um, I do like the rest of the cast. I like Barbara Gordon. I like Detective Montoya.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Harvey Bullock's here and he's more of a prick bad guy here than he was in Batman the Animated Series. Over there, it was
He's
just
not the
kind of
like
like,
original in the comics.
yeah, exactly. So because in the animated series, in the original one, he was more of just like a cop that hated Batman,
Yeah.
as opposed to actually being corrupt. Here, it's he's working with Flask and things like that. I I have two favorite takeaways from this series.
Okay.
Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent's arc. I kind of always like Harvey Dent's arc, except for in The Dark Knight. But in the animated series, the original one and this one, I thought that he was really great, and I really liked Clayface, which I did not think I was going to. Not at Boris Karloff. It's more to the original comics, and it's very like Phantom of the Opera-ish. So I,
Hmm.
I I like that. I thought it was good, and he did some more detective work in there, so I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
No, I agree. It's definitely a lot more detective work. I really like Batman being low tech because we get to see him do a lot more instead of just computer analyze. Batman has to do all the work. I really do like Harvey Dent's arc, and one thing that bugs me in a lot of Harvey Dent iterations is once he has the acid thrown in him or some however he is disfigured, as it sometimes varies, is it's very much a sudden switch, and I don't like that. Whereas here, consistently we see him fighting through it, flipping back and forth, remorseful and knowing what he's doing, and still have Two-Face be part of it. So I really do like the writing with that. I like the writing in a lot of this show. I do agree. Clayface was really well done. I really like the changes to Harley Quinn, making her a lot more of her own character and just giving her a lot more to do. I liked that. And I really like the cinematography they did with Firefly. I thought that was really pretty, especially like visually seeing everything through his eyes. I thought was really stunning and I greatly enjoyed it. And again, they brought a lot of characters from the comics that we just haven't seen on screen before. So I got a kick out of that. And I've said this before when we've seen Batman, especially with in like the 2000s animated series with the Justice League, is I really like seeing Batman with kids because he has some really great moments. And there's an episode in here where it's absolutely no exception. Even though the kid's done some horrendous things, Batman still takes care of her because she's as much of a victim of this, of her own power, as she makes everyone else. The writing of the show is really good. I do think at some points it is a bit simplistic and it does lack a little bit of an overarching story. So I do hope we get to see more of that in the future. But overall, it's really well written. Season two's already been greenlit and is in production. So hopefully now that we have a lot more players on the board, they start to do more of an overarching story. Because I mean, it it's not much of a spoiler. You can kind of guess, but we did get a stinger for the Joker at the end, so we are confirmed to be seeing
Had
him
to.
next season. And there's
They
there's there's no
can't.
way they're not going to do him
Yeah,
within the first two seasons. There's
you
absolutely no
can't
way.
have a Batman project without at least some kind of Joker Easter egg. They just
Yeah,
just can't seem to work their way away from that. I did like that he wasn't in this season. I
same.
liked, concentrating on Clayface, Firefly, Harvey,
Onomatopoeia.
Catwoman.
Yeah,
Uh, I like because it shows that they can do it. Because a
yeah.
lot of people are like, I've heard this argument time and time again. Well, you can't do Batman without the Joker. Yes, you can.
You can so
You can.
well.
Yeah, and even Matt Reeves fell victim to that.
Mhm.
He, which in my opinion, of course, is a great Riddler and a great Penguin, probably the best Penguin we've ever gotten.
Oh yeah,
But he was compelled to at least have the Joker in there in some capacity. And did he need to? Probably not. But it's just, and I could also feel the pressure from the studios, like, dude, you gotta have the
yeah.
Joker in there because the Joker
It's a big
makes
moneymaker.
billions.
And
Of
not
course.
to mention the Joker movie just made $1 billion at that point too.
So I understand why, and of course, we now know that we're gonna get the Joker, and I'm very curious as to what kind of Joker because I really like Clayface,
Yeah,
and so I'm curious as to how they're gonna do Joker here.
from the looks of it, from the brief flash, we didn't even really get to see any makeup. It looks to be a lot more of the mobster Joker than it is the insane
I'm okay
lunatic.
with that.
Yeah, I'm a
I
lot more okay with
really
that, especially
I
since it
I
fits the tone of the show, and they already have several insane characters. The mobster fits here.
I'm probably gonna rewatch it like an episode a night, just so
Mhm.
just really let her
Space it
simmer
out.
in. Yeah, but
So
I'm a
then,
fan, definitely a
season
fan.
two, and let us know in the comments what three characters do you want to see, or three things that you want to see happen? Because I know we definitely have a list.
I want to see Talia, Raish.
Hmm.
Um, I'm interested, as you said, to see where it goes with Robin. And clearly, from the tone of this, we're not going to get like a crossover with Superman or with anyone
Which I'm
else, just
okay
because
with.
of. Yeah, I am. I'm totally okay with
Maybe
it.
like season four if it goes for that long.
I don't know because of the period piece,
We'll
unless
see. Well, then they bring
obviously
Superman
the
in the
others
back. Who knows?
would have to be period pieces.
I am excited to see Barbara Gordon become Batgirl, Batwoman. I think that's gonna start to happen soon.
Yeah, because
I
she's a woman.
I do want to see Mr. Freeze because I think they can do that so well.
I do want to see Freeze. That would be awesome too.
And then I want to see I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to see, but I guess I want to see how this show evolves because I think this show has the potential to be one of the best Batman cartoons ever. I think this can definitely rival Batman the Animated Series. We just need to see more from it to consistently
Yeah,
say that. Same thing with Reeves and the Batman. But I think this show has so much potential, and I cannot wait for season two.
I would agree. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, guys, head over to Amazon, give it a shot. It's I mean, they're like what 27-minute episodes.
Yeah,
There's 10 of them. Don't
it's
try to do
fun.
what I did, but you'll definitely if you're a Batman fan, if you like the comics, if you're a fan of the animated series, there Bruce Timm and the gang they were limited because it was a Fox Kids show what they could do here. People get shot, man.
People
People
die.
yeah, people die here. He gets a lot more ability to do other stuff and you can tell that Reeves is in there at some capacity
Hmm.
larger than to just my name drop in there. It's a good show. I
It
like it.
is.
I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. I cannot wait for season two. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of this show, make sure to go check out a review of Batman the Animated Series. This show has heavy inspirations from it, as the co-creator is a big part of this show. So if you enjoy the Cape Crusader, you are more than likely going to enjoy Batman the Animated Series.
Or watch them both and then let us know in the comments which one you guys like more.